Welcome back. It's your girl B, and we're here with the all new segment, Conversations with B. Today I have Mr. Lonnie Love with me.
Mhm.
He's going to be interviewing me today, and I'm going to be sharing I don't know, some different parts of me that I don't really share with you guys. So I want to start this new segment just, introducing myself more to you guys because I know I do the interviews with other artists and stuff, but I'm in my me era, so yeah, this is where we at. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing good,
That's
good.
good. Thank you for inviting me onto your platform.
Yeah.
Happy to be here, be a part of the Brown Sugar Experience.
Yes, and thank you for coming out. I really appreciate it. You my sister's boyfriend friend, so
A
that's
friend of a friend of a friend.
yeah, that's the
Yeah.
relation here, and I just think he's really dope, and nobody else to do this with me, so yeah, I'm excited.
I appreciate that. So I know you're really into hip hop, and I think how we were introduced to each other. One of our first conversations was
Yeah.
about hip hop. I know you really into it. Like you talk about
Yes.
UGK. I think you said Jay-Z. So some of those artists that you named when I first met you, when you started talking about, I was like, oh yeah, she know her shit, and that's
Yes.
really really dope. So I just wanted to start our conversation off with the state of affairs in hip hop. How do you feel hip hop? Is it what you imagine it to be, or do you think it could be better, it could be worse? Like, how do you view hip hop now? What do you think the state of hip hop is?
That's a really intense question, but I want to be politically correct cuz you know, it's something that I love and I'm passionate about, but I also understand that it is a business and as
Music
I'm
business.
as I'm like growing into this, I have to like separate my personal feelings and you know rap politics. I mean, it's a business at the end of
Yeah,
the day. Um,
young man's game too,
yes,
for the most part,
but what I will say is, I feel like it's more about selling than it is about music.
or the
So
culture. I can agree with you on that.
you know, labels they want artists to sell, and you got to
Mm.
do something that's really quick, catchy, something that's
TikTok
gonna
era.
something that's gonna like catch the people,
Mm-hmm.
and you gotta sell. It's gotta stream. It's gotta make money.
Yeah,
So I think once you understand that, you know that it is another side of that, to where it is
mm-hmm.
artists out here that are really making music for the love and the enjoyment and the fulfillment, and that's what I gravitate towards, because you can only sell so much and crash and burn, and then what? You're left with a career that was solely based on you selling and you're not really being fulfilled.
Yeah.
So
So you see that as potentially being bad because I think if I'm quote me, tell me if I'm wrong,
yeah.
but they told me this year hip hop has not been selling like that. Do you think it's because they're focusing more on sales and being catchy and being trendy more so than speaking from the heart, which hip hop has kind of been a balance of both, in my opinion, throughout
Yeah.
its history, a balance of being a trendy and cool, but still focusing on getting your message out. Like, your single might be the one that catches the masses, and
Right.
then the rest of the album speaks for truly who you are as a
Correct.
human. Do you think that is why the sales aren't as high this year? Because I don't think it's the number one genre right now,
It's
is it?
not. It's very low. But two, I'm not really a big charts person. Like,
Me either.
I don't believe music defines a chart. And again, that's just a business.
Yeah.
So, politicking. But I do believe that no one really nobody really dropped anything other than Nicki. Yes, I'm a Barb.
I respect that.
I'm a Barb because she is really the voice. she's the queen. Like, she literally can't. I don't know any female rappers that has been in the game as long as she has, and it's still selling. Like, she's selling, and the album was amazing. It was amazing. Like, I was genuinely impressed. Like, she gave a very well-rounded album from top to bottom. Like, it was dope. But other than that, I feel like, it's a lot of artists sampling as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate samples in distasteful ways.
Oh, distasteful ways. Okay, yeah, okay.
Lazy samples.
So with an example of that, what's the young man from Memphis? Man, he just crossed my mind. He redid It's Hot in Here.
Oh, you talking about NLE Chopper?
Yeah, that was ugly.
That was terrible. And
that was nasty.
You know what's so crazy? I was thinking about that.
Why?
That
like,
was
who
the
told
first
him that
thing
was
that
okay?
popped to my mind when I said that too. Because
Yeah,
it
that was
just
ugly.
god awful. Like, who gave the okay on that? Like, yeah, let's take this and let this nigga disrespect it and put it out.
Yeah.
What?
And I'm not a mainstream. The singles that are made to attract the masses to
Correct.
get you to go to the album are usually my least favorite songs.
Correct.
So when I heard that, I'm like, okay, you already took a song that I, was a little, even in middle school, I was a little iffy about because I knew what it was made for. It was made to get people. Pharrell was like the hottest thing out.
Correct.
So you can't go wrong with Timbaland and Pharrell at that time. So
Correct.
you already took a song that was like kind of poppy.
Right.
And then you made it like really, really bad. Like
Terrible.
I don't even want to go back and listen to the original song. That's how bad it was for me.
Yeah, and I think Nelly like gave his okay on that. I'm
He
like,
must need some bread because I don't know. I would have asked to listen to that first before he dropped it. I think more artists should do that. Like
They
I understand it's
do.
a bag, but I would say, hey, before you release that, so I can make sure the integrity of my record is not ruined.
They
can you let me
do.
listen to that?
They do if they own the rights to the music or
That's
whatever.
true.
But most of the time they don't. So they have to get the producers okay to do it. But I'm a sample girl when it's done correctly. And it's a lot of lazy producers. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. They're lazy.
Well, hold up. I'm gonna tell you why I think production is not quite where it should be. I think it's because we don't have artists like this generation coming in now. All they listen to was early 2000s hip hop mostly.
Correct.
We don't have artists that are well-rounded in their musical taste. So how do we expect to have a well-rounded artist in their creations if all they listen to was just hip-hop?
You ain't never lied.
So I think that's why I think the artist and the producer are kind of... Yeah, like I think if the artist says coming up today, all I listened to was Gucci Mane or whatever artist they grew up on, and that's all they listen to. Like I was talking to a young man at work. He said, all I listen to is trap music. I said, well, do you listen to anything else? Like, don't get me wrong, I love hip-hop, but I do have some albums I could go to or artists I can go to, especially Erykah Badu, who is hip-hop influenced. I can tell you about Nirvana. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can give you different artists, Miles Davis. Like, I have a wide range of other artists I can go to. Yeah, like, and I think that's why I think the music, hip-hop is being hurt, because it started from a collection of different genres. So if the people coming behind us only have listened to hip hop and nothing else, they don't have the ear, like you said, to be creative. And well, I heard this Japanese sample from this Japanese artist, and I'ma flip it and make a beat. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy. And another thing too, a lot of the artists today, they're literally just looking at each other and deciding like, hey, I want to make music. And then when they step into, the field, it's just like they kind of get lost because they don't know how to like keep going or keep like creating and making music, because it's just so much more than just saying this is something I want to do. Like you really have to be.
I think you have to be in love with it first, and not just for the money aspect. I think a lot of things these artists are doing is because they're in love with the rewards. They want to reap the rewards of it. They don't.
They're looking at the lifestyle, and they're like, okay, I can do it. just looking at what others are doing in their, in this era, they believe that it's easy and it's attainable. And
Yeah.
I I'm pretty certain after a year or two, it will be no more. I
Yeah.
really feel like it's gonna filter out, and everybody's gonna have to rap. They're gonna have to rap. They're gonna have to rap. Like you can't, you won't be able to survive if you don't. So
I can see that. So, with what's going on in the music scene today, as far as hip hop, what are like 3 things that you think an artist should have? Or what are you looking for from them? I should say.
when it comes to like, because when I was in my managing era, which I probably will never do again, that was my least favorite thing to do.
Wow.
Because it's a hard job. It's like you got the artists, they want what they want, and then you got the manager, and you want what the artists.
Well, the manager looks at it from more of a business side too, and I think sometimes the artist looks at it from an artistic perspective. Because I did a little bit of that too.
Yeah.
In college, so I definitely get where you're coming from, because we would tell them, "Hey, we need this by such and such time," and they would be like, "Hey, where's the verse at, bro? Like, we're trying to lay this song down. Oh, I'm working on my solo project. I hear you, but we agreed to, you know what I'm saying, have this done by this time."
And another thing too, like I respect it, and that's the thing. So it kind of got like, it was just a gray area for me, because it's like, okay, on one hand, we got the business, we need to be progressing and pushing these things and moving forward, but at the same time, I understand the process. As a creative myself, I understand how painful that shit is. Like, it's literally you trying to be something you're not every day. And that takes time. It's not like, for some people, it may be their first language because they're exercising it more. But, others up and coming, it's not their everyday language. So it's second for them. So I understand that too. But, when I'm working with artists and stuff, like, I just wish for artists to be more open, and I know it's hard to find a good team and people to trust, with your career and your life. And I get that, but you're going to have to open up, and I'm talking to myself when I say this too. You have to open up and trust. You got to be willing to take risk, and also being comfortable with losing.
Yeah.
Like, and literally, I feel like
it's part of the process.
Yes, I feel like with those qualities, I feel like it's nothing that an artist can't do, because you have to be okay with losing. You have to be okay with failing. You have to, it builds character. It really tests if this is something that you really want. Because when everything is in your favor and at your disposal, I don't really think that people are their best selves. Because it's like, it's easy. You're coasting through it. But when you go through those trials and those eras and rejection, and it builds character, and it really builds you as a better artist and creative. So,
okay. Well, this sounds good.
Yeah.
Another question I would like to ask you is more so on focused on your podcast, Brown Sugar. So, what can you tell us about season 3? And what are some of the things we can expect?
Well, for season 3, this is probably like something I'm really, really excited about, because, I've done a lot of like research and studying and stuff, and I feel like I want to open up a space for the people who are actually living the things that they do in the industry. I want to provide a space for them to really tell their truth and the real, because people on the internet, they speculate, they think they know what it takes, and that drives me insane. It drives me insane. Everybody is a critic. Everybody is a damn critic on the internet when it comes to music and producing and what it takes to be an artist. Like, everybody seems to think that they know what it takes. So with season 3, this is gonna be for DJs, producers, engineers, songwriters, A&Rs, people who are actually in the industry that do those roles every day. Like, I want to chop it up with them. Like, I want a real raw, like, experience of what it is and what it takes to stand in that position.
That makes sense. People who've actually been there, like you stated.
Yes, and I want to, like, push that knowledge on people, because, you know, sometimes you see people doing stuff, like we said, with the music. You see people doing stuff and you're like, oh, okay, I want to do it. And they think they can do it, but they don't really know what it takes to do it.
They don't understand the process.
Correct. And I want to just more so, like, get the people behind the artists, because we always see the artists. We always talk about the artists. But the people who are behind them, that are pushing them, that are helping their career thrive, they don't really get the light that they deserve. So I want to spend season 3 behind the artists.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think a lot of artists don't, like you said, don't know the process, number one. And number two, they don't realize it took a team to get the stream accomplished. Sometimes I talk to local artists who share their music because they know I'm a big music fan.
Right.
And I tell them, well, keep your team tight. That's how you're going to succeed. Like, get people who are behind your vision. They see it. Make sure that everything that you're doing aligns with, you know, make sure everything they're doing aligns with what your vision is, and vice versa. I have to be on the same team. So,
and that's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard. I'm not gonna get into that today, but yeah, it's hard.
So I want to touch on the creative process. As a creative, what's your process like? How do you put these seasons together?
Well, for this season, I'll say, like, I've had more time. Like, I've actually spent more time with this. Like, it's like almost 2 years in the making, I'd say. But at first, I had little, like, ideas of what I wanted to do, but I didn't really have a purpose behind it yet. So it's just like, okay, you know, I'll write these ideas down, and, you know, maybe something will come from it. And then it's so cliche, so funny. I was on the trail one day running, and it all just came to me like an epiphany. Like, I know that sounds so cliche, but I was just like, oh man, like, I had to stop and go to my notes and literally write down, you know, what came to mind.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow. Like, I even put that on my Instagram too. Like, I was like, wow, thank you, God, for this vision, like, on my run. Like, it was...
Yeah. Visions come in the most, like, weird times.
You know, I'm an earth sign. I'm a Virgo. So I'm a very grounded person. I like nature. And, you know, I was just in that time in my life. Like, you know, I was going to the trail every day. So just spending a lot of time outside. I do get a lot of my ideas when I'm outside, like, in nature, just like in my element. I know that's like some spiritual shit, but that's just
inspiration comes from different places. So
it just all connects to, like, you know, who I am as a person, and, you know, what I believe and what I see. So yeah, like, I was just like, I had the ideas, but I didn't have a purpose behind it. And it's kind of like, okay, you know, beyond me liking to do this and wanting to do this, like, it has to be something bigger than me outside of it, or I'm not going to really do it. Like, I'm not going to have the urge to execute it. Like, it's not going to be that burning desire that I need to get it done and execute it. Because, like, you know, I can have ideas all day. I'm like, oh, you know, I like this idea. It feels good. It seems cool. But yeah, where's the purpose in it? Where's the intent? So I always do. I have 1,000 ideas that I'm sitting on, but they don't have the purpose. I don't have the purpose for them yet. So until that purpose comes, and it's just like, okay, this is really a need. Let me try to execute this and make it a thing. Gotcha. So that's my process. Okay. Alongside from I've went down a rabbit hole trying to put this together, and it's been so fun. Like that's my
Mhm.
favorite part about it. Like it's really fun for me. Like I spend a lot of time just studying and just like getting down to like what I want to say, the questions I want to ask, like cuz it's not just for the artist anymore for this season, it's for different um roles. So I've had to come up with questions for every, you
Mhm.
know, job.
Yeah.
So that's kind of been a struggle. And I want to make sure I'm asking the right things to spark the right conversations. So,
Well, that's good. I'm sure
so yeah.
it'll pan out very well.
I hope,
I-
I pray.
it
So, yeah.
will. You just gotta believe it, receive it. You know.
Yes, for sure.
Um, so I would also like to talk about artists and interviews. I want to know a couple things. Why should artists do interviews, and what are some of the things that they're lacking? Because I've noticed that I've seen certain rappers go on certain platforms, get upset about hard questions, and walk off.
Yeah.
That to me is irritating as a fan.
It is. And this is something that I really wanted to speak on. A lot of artists, you know, when they do interviews or when they're dropping projects and they're trying to get back out there and get themselves heard, they go on press runs. So even not even just in music, in movies and films, and you have to promote yourself. Like I come across so many artists, and I'm so serious when I say this. I come across so many artists who don't want to interview. Like what do you mean you don't want to interview? Like your music is, I mean, unfortunately, I know they would hope for it to just sell itself, but you have to sell it yourself as well. Like you have to get out there, you got to put yourself out there. Like look at Nicki when she just dropped the album.
Mm-hmm.
Like as far and as long as she has come in this game, she's still getting out there putting in the footwork.
Yeah.
They don't believe that that is a thing. Like they don't believe that they have to do that.
Well, I'm gonna give you a little pushback because we've seen artists who don't do a lot of interviews.
Yeah.
But like, let me think about it. Who don't do a lot of interviews? And you could throw out some names. I want to say,
J. Cole don't really do a lot of
yeah,
interviews.
about to say, I was thinking J. Cole. And then right, Bryson Tiller. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
He doesn't do a lot of
Well,
interviews, right? Am I wrong in stating that? I don't think he does. I know he's not hip hop, but he's an artist that came to mind.
well, it just depends on like if you're in that space to be promoting yourself. And I know some artists there you can be very particular and choosy about what you choose to go on. Like it's a lot of different platforms out here where if it's not what you believe in, you don't necessarily have to do it. Like
Yeah.
go towards the ones that are geared towards the right questions and what you're trying to promote and sell to people. If you want to go on those funny podcasts and stuff, interviews, like cool, like
That's what you're comfortable with.
is what you're comfortable with. But I just want to say, like, don't think that no matter where you are in your career, don't think that you are above doing certain things. Like it's if you want to progress in career and you really want to be out there and be known, and like you don't know who you could gain or what audience you could bring in just by speaking, just by going on those platforms.
And a lot of us as fans too want to see you as a person,
A human,
because that
yes.
that can actually either hurt you or help you. Because some people want to hear about you as a person, and when they say, "Oh, I kind of liked his interview. He was very in depth."
Let me go listen to his music.
Exactly. I've had that happen a couple times.
Yes, you've gained a listener, you gained a follower, a fan. Like I truly believe that those things can work hand in hand if you get on there and speak right, and it's media training. You got to perform.
Professional development.
Yes, you got to perform. So it's helping you to be able to exercise that throat chakra and speak in front of people, because like it starts, this is small, like it's a small intimate thing. So it can help you as you progress and go on to perform and do shows and stuff in front of bigger audiences and stuff. Like everything it helps build you as an artist, and these things are important, and that's what's missing from today. Nobody is doing media training, artist development. These artists, they don't have the right people around them helping them grow as an artist. So
Yeah, that's true.
it's just they thinking that, oh, I'm just gonna make this music, I'm gonna look fly, I'm gonna get on Instagram and flex my lifestyle, and people are
But
gonna
what
like
happens
me.
when nobody is buying lifestyle? You know what I'm saying?
Thank
They
you.
just strictly buying the music.
Exactly.
They don't care about the lifestyle you live. You know what I mean? Like they gotta, like you saying earlier, they gotta look at things like that.
They do.
You really gonna have to rap at some point. It might
Yeah,
not
because
be
that other stuff, like, is a lot of people out here, like, and I don't try, like, I know I get it and I understand, but I'm an underground girl, and I've always said this: I like underground artists, I like independent artists, and I feel like you can have a great career being on that level, and you don't crash out and burn so quickly doing that either, because it's just like once you're in them contracts, you literally really don't have a say in what you're putting out. Like it's a fight. It's a fight. So treat everywhere you are, every level you are as an artist as the big thing. Like I know people are waiting on the big break and the labels and it's just again they're not informed. They don't know what is behind all of that. Like you're chasing something and you don't potentially know if it's gonna be in your favor or work out. So like you better build where you're at and make it a big thing. Make it a big deal.
Yeah, I think a lot of artists too. If you think about it, I think they think since such and such did it this way, I can do it this way. And what you got going on and what they got going on. So you need to focus on what's working for you. You might have to put in a few extra steps.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I think we all see a journey, want to mimic it, but we fail to understand is my journey ain't their journey. My book ain't your book. You're the author of your book. I'm the author of mine. I'm writing my own story.
I agree.
Might want it to look similar to yours, but I have to realize it might not be similar.
And it's not. And I encourage, y'all know I'm a Beehive. I love Beyonce. I encourage everybody to watch that film.
You talking about the
Renaissance film.
That was like Sports Center for R&B though. For real. Come on now.
What?
It's like a sport. It was just a whole bunch of highlight clips.
But it shows like the highlights of her like being who she needed to be for that tour.
Respect.
And it was very informative and encouraging.
See, you give me a little bit more in depth about that because when I asked somebody last time, they said the only thing they learned was that she was a good mom. I said, when you wasted your money, you wasted your money. That's all you learned from.
I mean,
from
what I got
film.
from it was like, how much she put into everything, the details, the stage, how long it took her to actually make that tour. Her creative process is insane. I love her work ethic. She is truly an inspiration.
She's relentless.
She is, and like you can tell, like outside of her loving music, is so much more to her as an artist and as a person. Like she's a literal creative. Like I feel like more than she is an artist.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you gave me feedback on that. So, we're gonna try to wrap things up. So I have a few additional questions I would like to ask.
Okay.
One of them is, who are 5 independent artists? Because you said you like underground. Who are 5 artists that we or your audience needs to check out that you think, deserves like a shout out or something like they need to go investigate their music?
I hate when people give me a 5 artist question.
You do? Well,
because it's just so like hard for me to say. God, who am I listening to right now? I'm a Detroit girl right now.
I know. I know that's why I asked. So maybe you can give us some Detroit, because I know earlier we was talking about Detroit artists. I'm not big on that scene, so I would like to know what are 5 artists from this new era in Detroit that I should check out, Preferably lyricists, but if you can't, it's fine. I just want something I can check out, something I can listen to in the gym that's new.
Damn, I need my phone. I just discovered this guy the other night. His
you can
name
give me like 2 or 3. You can give me 5.
Yeah, I'll give you like 2 or 3.
All right.
His name is Naguel Fresh.
Mm-hmm.
He got a tape. I don't know. It came out in like 2022. It's called From the West Side of Detroit. The samples is crazy. Like, I'm a sample girl,
I'm a sample guy.
They sampled his samples is just out of this world. Of course, Face. I love Face. That's my that's like my favorite artist right now. Shabazz. He wanted somebody from his camp just dropped a tape. His name is Shabazz. It's something I can't think of it. But y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
We just posted in the the captions.
Yeah, I'll put it in the the captions or whatever. Ice and all of them. Meez, what is his name?
You put me on. I don't know.
What's his name? Meezy. Peasy. Yes,
yeah.
I'm terrible with names. Yeah, I listen to all of them. Like, they're pretty dope. God, I've been into a lot of producers though.
Word.
Like, I've really been like trying to discover producers like a lot. And Topside, that's Face's producer. He's dope as fuck. He got a few tapes. I've been listening to his tapes. So, they all from Detroit and stuff. So, but yeah, like, I listen to a lot of underground. Like, I would literally have to have my phone out because I can't. It's so much shit that I listen to. Like, I cannot tell you off the top of my head. Like, I literally need my phone to tell you because it's a long list. But I listen to a lot. I might start doing playlists.
You should.
I've really thought about it, but I'm just like, I don't want niggas on what I'm listening to. Like, I'm
a music
I'm a
snob.
Gatekeeper when it comes to
That's
music.
not good. You can't be a music snob.
I am, because I don't want people to
hold on. You would think about it like this. You kind of doing the artist a disservice because they want everybody to be aware of their music. So you should be you should be kind of like advocating for their music, especially with your platform. Think about it.
I know. I'm
can't be
really working on
snob.
that because I'm a gatekeeper when it comes to music. I don't want nobody listening to what the fuck I'm listening to. I just don't. But I gotta stop being like that though.
That could be an extra listener.
Because my ear is crazy. It's crazy. I'm sorry. Like, I mean, I can truly say, like, it's crazy. Like, the knowledge and things I have about.
So what's the first hip hop album that got you like hooked to hip hop?
The Chronic.
For real?
Yes.
How old were you when you first listened to The Chronic?
Fuck. I was probably like 21. I mean, I probably heard it, with my dad and stuff. He was a big, like,
West Coast.
Snoop Dogg and all of them. But when I listened to it with my adult ears, I was 21.
Yeah, adult ears is different.
It's
from
so different.
Ears. Yeah, I agree with you. Especially some things I revisited growing up, and it sounds a whole lot better and a whole lot different. Because you can understand the concepts. You don't really understand everything that they're rapping about. So
and that's the beauty of good music. It's timeless. So it doesn't matter how old you are, how old the album is, the records are. It's timeless. Like, in any stage and phase of your life when you want to, decide you want to jump into it, like, it's a lot there to teach you. So, yeah, from then, like, damn, I think I really want to, like, I've always loved music. So, but I think when I was, like, 24, I was like, yeah, this is it. I'm sold. Like, this is it. Like, I can't imagine anything else in this world to do other than this. So.
Got you. Did you grow up in the cassette era, the CD era, or
like
the MP3 video?
Both.
You did? I did too. So.
And all three. Because when I was younger, I mean, my dad got pictures of me with headphones. Like, I was sitting it was my birthday. I was sitting at the table with headphones on and my cassette tape in my hand. Like, I would literally glued, attached.
Did you make your own little mixtapes with the radio? Like, I remember
sure did.
growing up as a kid, Power 98 be playing the little mix. I'd be recording it.
I would tape like on 102 jams. Like, I'm from Winston and all of that. Yeah. I would tape like it came on at 8:00 too. I think it was like the top 5 songs of the day.
Yeah, we had something like that with Power
I used to
98.
tape that on my tape. Insane. And I had a CD player, of course, and MP3 player. Like, yeah, I went through all those eras. It was beautiful. It was great. So, yeah, pretty dope.
Well, thank you for sharing today. Appreciate
thank
you
you
for
for being
having me
here.
on. This is a very good conversation.
For sure.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Brown Sugar Production, and we'll see you later.
Peace.